video. So yeah, review Karakuri Circus episode 6. I think it was a really good episode. It had most of, how would I say it, world building? Yeah, world building. I feel it explains a lot of the world. Maybe not explains. Okay, maybe explaining is the wrong word, but I feel it kind of like sets in motion many of the how I say it, kind of the, at least what I assume, it might be probably more arcs though, but the current main antagonist, right? We had this guy with the ventriloquist. He mentioned, of course, this like Lady Francine, right? I guess he said that. I guess I pronounced, yeah. And she, I would assume that it's either controlling that puppet, the evil adaptation, or maybe she's also like the leader of the body, kind of has its own mind. But the emotion shows that massive tent, the kind of scary walking, yeah, the weird, like, you know, I would say, how would you call it anyway, horrific puppets things walking there. So that's in there definitely. And also, of course, explains generally that his whole Zonapha, if I pronounce it correctly, Zonapha, whatever, his disease is actually like a big issue because whatever this circus does, kids get it too right, and then it spreads for some reason and so on, and they don't die, but they become like comatose and so on. So it's a lot of good points here. So first thing again, that I really like that. Well, again, sorry about the interaction. I really like that his disease or sickness, I guess, a better word, comes back into this main story, right? Because it felt weird to me. Otherwise, they would just be like, well, here's one of the main characters. He has this. You have to laugh for him disease, but okay, that's pretty interesting. But like, how was that gonna be? You know, like if we're very specific. Oh, it's a clown. Yeah, like yeah. So of course it comes back now, back to the main story, and it's very important, I guess, for the main story because all this has is right. The main antagonist in this arc at least keeps spreading that. So yeah, that's very important. I like that a lot. That's very interesting. But one thing though, which is not understand at all, and maybe the manga is better. I think the episode was great though. I think the episode was great, and the pacing was, I wasn't perfect because I don't know how much I skipped at the end of the manga, and only watching, you know, blind reacting. But I felt at least that it was a very good paced episode. I felt it was a very, very good episode again because yes, a lot of things happened, but I assume, or I feel like I got everything that happened right. Like it wasn't like too fast, like took a goose step, where everything is too fast. It's like it's like who is evil? I don't know anymore. Yeah, here I feel it's high paced, but it's enough time and enough interaction with the characters that I feel like I'm getting the energies and I'm getting the names and I can remember what they called and so on. So I feel it's really high paced, but it's just that like the maximum high paced can be. If it was faster high paced than this, then it would be really hard to follow, right? And this episode here to me at least felt really, really good. But maybe it missed a lot of points. I don't know. But as an anime only watcher, I felt that was really good. But the one thing I will say though, nitpicking perhaps, though, the one thing I will say, which I wish they spent a little better, it might be the manga, is why can't the children beat his stage 1 thing, right? Because Narumi, we see that he's like, well, if I make the kid happy, it's a great smile, then I can, of course, laugh and I can overcome my current pain. I can, you know, he's so on. He does that thing, and I feel that I don't understand why. Yeah, I'm thinking, I don't know. I don't understand why the kids get into stage 1, stage 2, and then into this horrible frozen thing, right? I don't get why, like, he's able to overcome it somehow, and they can't. And maybe that is explained in more detail in the manga, or maybe that is the mystery, and that's why he recruited him, because he's a guy that could become an adult, even though he was mid. Yeah, that could, of course, be a major plot point, I suppose, that he might be the only person that's a grown-up being able to overcome it, right? Or like, as a child he got it, but he managed to kind of survive childhood and managed to get into that thing and so on. That might be it. So I don't know for sure, but I wish they put a little more on that. Or actually, yeah, he mentioned at the end there is like, yeah, your spirit power makes you be able to kill the puppets or the organization. So, but is that the only reason? Because it feels kind of weird that he has the same sickness and all spirit power is a coincidence. So, yeah, who knows? But yeah, that was otherwise though, obviously a plot point there. He can fight his way, and that is good against the spirit power breaks the machinery. It's like, yeah, why not? Why not? I buy it. It's like, why not? It can be explained. That doesn't really matter. I feel like they haven't explained how spirit power or his martial art, works. But I feel that to me is fine. If the author is like, oh, if you learn this martial art power fighting, you can destroy anything because it's like whatever other anime, right? You can empower your punch with spirit power, then you can crush buildings. Like, yeah, of course. So that is just like, it's similar to our world, but it's a little more, they have some little more fight power. So that to me is completely fine, and I liked it. So why not? But it feels like it has to be one more reason, right? You can't only be that reason. And he also has the same sickness. Come on, it has to be more plot points, more connection. Why he's so special, not just that. But anyway, yeah, the whole. I would say one thing I'm actually as well there. That whole midnight thing though, definitely reminded me of Ito Junji's book Fish. So Goi, and the movie. It's in the movie as well. I have seen both the movie, and I have read the book. Or the manga novel then, and in the end of it, so spoilers, but in whatever, it's a pretty short story for Ito Junji. In the end of it, they had this like really horrible circus, and they were like fueled up by this fish gas thing, if I remember correctly. But yeah, like that circus was very, very similar to the appearance of this circus, I would say. Definitely remind me of that, because they kind of go around, and then everyone gets crazy by seeing the like midnight horrific fish gas music thing, and they get like crazy and so on. So I was like, yeah, because I mean, it's a lot of stuff. Oh yeah, last episode, for that matter too, reminded me of Ito Junji's story about the puppet, the puppeteer guy that moves around with his puppet, that a girl hits, right, and then so on. Yeah, whatever. I'm a big Ito Junji fan. And this manga, of course, also reminds, like the way the art style adaptation reminds me of Ito Junji, definitely, in a good way. And I mean, I like them both. I'm just saying that horror theme for me definitely is kind of like, yeah, I like it a lot. And obviously, though, that being said, in the wrong anime now. But that being said, Ito Junji's anime though, that was just horrible. This is an amazing anime, and Ito Junji deserved this kind of animation, or like this kind of pacing. That anime was so bad. The manga is amazing. If you've seen that anime, right, and hated it, you should read the manga instead. It was so bad, it's kind of perfect. Anyway, both those things definitely reminds me of that. But then again, I like this anime. That is like, it feels more old school, right? It feels more like typical 90s horror. Manga generally, and I really like that. It's more gruesome. You see the children all lying there. I think it's generally, I don't know why it feels like that, but I think it's true. I've been reading manga and anime for, let's say, 25 years, maybe something like that, roughly. And I definitely feel that today's anime and also manga are less brutal. That must just be me being like, oh, it's better as you. When I was a kid, it was a little more rough. But it feels like these older mangas from like the 80s and 90s, like Berserk. Berserk is almost Berserk, but still, yeah, like they felt a little more gruesome back in the days. It felt like they were less censored and so on. They were kind of like, before manga anime got bigger, they were like, you can do what you want. Yeah, I felt like they were more like, this is how you want to draw it? Okay, fine. It feels kind of like that. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're better or worse now in the current anime and manga, but it feels like these older mangas, they were a little more like, man, there was some really crazy stuff back then. Anime as well, and also less censored anime. But of course, one thing though, many old animes, they were produced directly to video, right? So the OVAs, and today's anime is much more used, on TV, and then the different kind of censorship laws and so on, or kind of what you can show. So, but anyway, my point generally, I guess, is that I get that feeling from this anime at least. When you see all the kids lying there being like, I get that feeling like, man, yeah, this is brutal, this is crazy, this looks really gruesome, and I feel that, of course, modern manga into anime does as well, but that to me, this manga or anime keeps having that, okay, this is a classic kind of old school a little more brutal, a little raw, you know, raw, a little more of that, like, and I really like that. So that I said it earlier already, but I really like this anime. It feels really good in my opinion. It's like, yeah, this is how it used to be. A little more, a little more oomph in that, in the brutality and the crying as well. It feels a little more real for some reason. But yeah, I think the aesthetic of Karakuri Circus really makes it happen. Anyway, yeah, great episode again. I feel very good episode. And it felt like almost perfect pacing, honestly. Yeah. And I really mean it. They probably skipped out. They probably some manga guy now. I was like, no, you missed these chapters. Yeah, they probably missed a lot of chapters, but I felt generally though, like, yeah, they probably skipped off some stuff, but it felt really good. And it's like blissful ignorance, right? They might have skipped over some really important part of him talking to Shin or something, which I should actually know for next episode or something. But yeah, anyway, I really liked it, and again, I also really liked that the opening, everything from the opening was pretty much shown in this episode. Like all the different parts from the opening were now shown. I really liked that. I really like how it connected with someone now. And now that we know what everything means in the opening to some degree, or everything, but almost everything. And then you can see, look at the opening again and be like, yeah, that's that thing. Oh yeah, so you can like try to reason more and analyze the opening more, right? As a blind viewer, you can be like, yeah. So I really liked it. Anyway, hope that's the review and our live reaction of Circus. Subscribe, slap button, this kind of so on. I'll see you guys tomorrow with Hitamori Sumo and Bloom Interview and Kimi and Colorful World. So yeah, so have a great day.